Hello, my candidate number is 0066190013, and this is my computer science IA where I made a library software. Now once the user will enter the details, the correct details, it's login successful, and the user will appear to the options form where she will have 4 options: book records, borrow, return, reports. And there's a logout button, and upon clicking the logout button the user will go back to the main page. And on book records, here the user has the option of inserting book data into the database and deleting it as well. So let's just give it a try. Book name math, say ion, and if we insert it, we see that data entered and save thank you, it appears in the database. So if we refresh, so we see that this appears. Now we can delete this as well just by clicking it and then by pressing the delete button. Okay, and it's been deleted. Now this is a button which goes back to the home page, and we go to the borrow form. In the borrowing form, first we have to fetch all the data from the database. So if we borrow a book, let's say this one, name it Demi, and if we submit, the book has been issued thank you. That means the book has been borrowed and it has been put in the database. Now if we refresh, fetch it again. So if we go back to the home page, and if now we go to the return form. Now the return form, it's the same case. We have a table where we have to fetch all the books. Now these are the books, these 2 books appear because they have been borrowed, and only these can be returned. Now these books which have been borrowed, if we want to return them, if the user wishes to return them, she has to choose which ones to return. So let's do this one, the Odyssey, and student name is Rishi, grade 12. And upon clicking return, to return book, click OK. Please click refresh. Alright, so upon clicking the refresh button, we see that that book does not appear because that book has been returned. And if the user wishes to return this book as well, again she will click on return. Alright, okay, and upon clicking refresh, nothing will appear in this table because all the books have been returned, and any student or teacher has not borrowed any book. Now if we go back, we have this last button which is reports. Now upon clicking the reports button, the user has 3 options. She can generate a book borrowed report, she can generate a return report, and she can generate a books available report. Now if we go on the borrowing report, generate report, now nothing will be generated because no book has been borrowed. So let's just for a try, let's go back to the home page and let's borrow a book. So let's do this by so submit, book has been issued thank you, and let's borrow another one. Let's say this one. Let's say this one whose name is and his return date is submit. So these books have been issued. Now if we go refresh, and if we go back to the home page and we go to reports, so now if we generate reports, so these are the 2 books which have been borrowed, and those book records will appear on this table. Now we have an option of an advanced search which I added. Now advanced search, this filters the results, so it can be filtered through grade, book ID, grade, borrow date, and return it. So if I filter it through book ID, so basically from, let's do 36 to 67, only one book will appear because this book ID exists within this range. From 36 to 67, 66 exists. We can do it through grade as well. So let's say I want only grade 12s. So both of these will appear because these two records, these 2 people are in grade 12. Now this was the borrowing report. If we go back, if we click on the return report, it's the same idea, the same coding has been used. So generate report, all of these books are books which have been returned. So if we wish to, let's say again, we have the option of filtering the results by using book ID, grade, borrowed date, return date. So so in this case, let's do grade from grade 10 to 11, and if we generate a report, there's only one person who's in grade 10 who's borrowed this book. Now we can do it through borrow date as well. So let's say the borrow date is 2017 19 all the way till, let's do 2017 301, and if we click on OK, so these 5 books were borrowed on dates which lie between 27/1/19 to 27/3/1. Now we have the last report, which is the books available report. Now these are all the books which exist within the database, and the user has the option again of filtering the results to book name, author, date. So if we do, let's say, author, and if we do let's say book ID, let's say from 36 all the way to 1000, let's say which book exists. So these 6 book exists within this range, and that's it. This is my library software which I created. Thank you.